everyone. So I am back into YouTube after a while, I think. So today we are going to make this beautiful and very simple bookmark, and you can see how simple it is and how glowing it is actually. So the materials which I have used are very simple, so I think you all can do it along with me, and let's get into the video. And don't forget to check me in my Instagram page. So I have uploaded the reels of this as well, very quick versions, and all my other works you can go and see in my Instagram page. So let's get started. Let us see the materials that are required to make these bookmarks or watercolor mini cards or whatever you call it comfortably. So I am going to take this size of paper to do these bookmarks. So I'll tell you how I have arrived at this. So this is the paper which I am going to use. Scholar 300 GSM cold pressed paper, which is of 100% cotton. So this costs you around 200 rupees, which has 20 sheets, and it is of A5 size. So now what I have done with this is, here is the A5 size paper, and I have done it into a square shape cut for some other project, and I have the left outs of these pieces. So I am reutilizing them now. See, you can see it now like this. So this is how I am reutilizing. So what you all can do is, if you have a 300% cold pressed paper which is of this texture, because this is recommended instead of hot pressed paper, because hot pressed paper does not have the texture and it might not be the same output which I get for you all. So I recommend you all to get the cold pressed paper if you can. And then you can cut this paper into 3 equal parts. So it will be little bit wider than this, but that is okay. And one A5 sheet can give you 3 such pieces. Now I have cut some pieces ready for this April month. So I'll show you exactly how I have drawn the border as well, and go ahead. Before going into that, I'll just brief the other materials as well. So I am going to use Brustro's watercolor pans, so pocket set. So this I have got as a part of giveaway recently for a contest, so I am going to use these. If you have watercolor tubes, you can definitely go ahead and use them. So any brand is fine. If you have Camlin Artist Grade, go with that, no worries. If you have Faber-Castell, go and use this, but I will be using these pans for today and for the entire series. So for the first day we will go very simple with a gradient wash, and then we will go step by step. Maybe in later stages we will add some silhouettes as well if possible. So I have a pad where I can mask my tape, which you can see in the further processes as well. And coming to the masking tape, I am going to use this simple masking tape. You can go ahead and use a normal masking tape as well, the bigger one. Since it is a very smaller area which will be masked, I am going to use this masking tape. Next, coming to the brushes, I am using stationery mop brush of 0 size and size number 2 mostly, because we need not require to cover the entire area, and hence I am going to use these brushes. Maybe I will use a flat brush as well in some of the videos and show you how it can be. You can definitely go ahead and use Camlin brush. If you're not having these mop brushes, you can use how much ever the biggest size brush you have. So this is a Camlin size number 12 brush. So this can also be used to do the background washes and the coloring as well. So you can go ahead and use any of these brushes, and I'll show you one bigger flat brush which you can use as well. And for the background washes, you can use a normal flat brush. This is from Brustro's Talcon brush, of size number 10. So you can go ahead and use this as well for the background wash, or mop size or mop brush of bigger size as well. Whichever is comfortable and available to you, you can go ahead and use it. So these are the brushes, and I have some tissues on my side and a glass of water. I actually have 2 glasses of water. It is always good to have 2 glasses. That is why I just had 2 glasses of water. And then coming to the other materials, I just have a scale and pencil to give the border and everything, and some tissues with me. So let's go ahead for the today's bookmark. Let's go ahead for today's bookmark. So I'm keeping all of them aside for a bit, and I am taking just one paper from these, and I'm keeping the brushes and everything aside for a while. Now in this, what I am going to do is, if you want exact measurements, I'll just measure it for you all. So it is nearing to 15 centimeters, whatever the width of the A5 paper, and that is gonna be length of this work which we are doing, and the width of it is around 6.3. So when you cut A5 paper into 3 parts, you might get it as 6.5 or even more, no worries. And additionally to all these materials, we should have brush pens or acrylic markers. So I am planning to use Brustro's acrylic markers, DIY acrylic markers of these 3, white, black and gold, or any of these colors, whichever you feel comfortable, you can go ahead and use. Also, we will try to do some silhouettes or some little details if possible in the coming days. Now coming to the border, I am just taking the width of this as a border and going to draw it on all 4 sides and then tape it down. So I would like to mention that all these videos of making these bookmarks are going to be up in my Instagram Reels section as well. But if you want to know the detailed description, you can find it in YouTube only, like here itself. So I just thought of giving a detailed description and voiceover in YouTube and putting a short and quick videos as reel. There we go. So I have just put my scale and this thing aside. Since this is the first one, I wanted to be just a gradient wash and simple for you all. So sorry for this. This other masking tape is not sticking properly. So that is why I have switched to this. So this is from Creative Hands Materials, from Brustro itself. This is 6MT tape. So this is very thinner one. So we should carefully go ahead with this. This has a nice binding properties. So it will mostly act as a scotch tape. You can see it, scotch tape or masking tape. So just go ahead and mask your edges nicely. So why masking your edges? So masking your edges is very important to get a very neat border line. So once you remove it, you will get a very beautiful border line. So that is why we do masking of the edges. And also what happens is, watercolor papers has a tendency to bend. So for that not to happen, we have to tape all the 4 borders, because once the water is on, watercolor paper or any other paper is highly tentative to bend at that particular point. So we don't want that to happen, and we want a even lay of colors and everything, even spread and all. So for that purpose, we are taping on all 4 sides. Now we are on to the fourth side. You can just secure with a normal half inch or 1 inch masking tape as well. And also you can do the masking tape one with freehand also without drawing the borders. I just prefer this way, that is why I have done it like that. So there you go. Now I have secured my paper to the work area. Now I'm going ahead and picking one color, and before that we have to give a nice wash to the paper. So this is how it helps watercolor to blend. So for that I am going to use a size number 2 stationery mop brush. So I'll give all the details of the materials I have used in the description. So I am just taking a clean water, and also I have tissues on my side handy. So generally it is not required, but to remove any excess color from my previous painting, I am just dabbing it off. Okay. You can just have a waste cloth as well. And now I am completely applying water on this. Just to make sure it is even. That's it. So you can just take your brush and go on all the sides. So apply it little, take more time and apply it very carefully, evenly, so that we won't get any blobs and pools of water which will not make our output look amazing. There you go. I have applied entire water onto this. One more wash I am giving. So there you go. Now I am going to pick one color. So I thought of using golden acrylic color for the first day. So for that I want a contrast color. So which color do we go for? We'll go to some nice teal shade. So I'll see the C34 shade over here. This must be nice teal shade, darker teal shade I feel. Or any kind of blue it might be. So let's see. I think this is the color. So I'm just testing it. I am also using for the first time. Nice. This is the color which I want actually. So there you go. I have put my tissue over here and it has taken some water. So I am just quickly going up a very light wash once again, so that my paper doesn't dry up. You can see my paper has bended here in between. So that is what it happens with watercolor papers. Now I am just taking this color with the wet brush, with the same brush, and we are trying to do a gradient wash, very simple gradient wash. So I will start from here, and without taking any excess color I am running my brush all along to the down there, and I am taking more color and I am applying it on the top. There you go. I am just washing my brush. My brush is clean now, and then I am just going on top of it very lightly. I am going now. If you want, you can take a little bit of color and then bring that complete gradient wash. I'm taking little bit of more color and giving a lighter wash in between, so that that transition is nicely seen. And here I have run an empty brush like a clean brush, not an empty brush. So there you go. I want it little more dark on the top, so I'm picking little color and then applying it again on the top. So these cakes are actually very, generally cakes take little time to activate, but I think these are quite quick enough, the Bostros ones. So there we go, we have done with the background wash, and let us wait for it to dry for a minute or two before getting into the doodle upon it. Now this is completely dry, you can see, right? It is completely dry. Okay, and there is a little bit of bloom kind of thing happened here. That is because while doing a background wash, I think there is water over here, you can see, right? So maybe because of that water it has happened. Because the masking tape is very thin, water has seeped in from the other side. That is okay. Make sure that it doesn't happen with you when you are using the other masking tape. It will definitely not happen with you. Now we will try and add some more details on this to make it look more beautiful. So this is the color which we have used today, C34. Alright, now I am going to take a golden marker, the acrylic marker. I have taken the golden acrylic marker, and for this what you have to do is you have to make sure that the color is out. So I am placing the tissue, yeah, the color is out, so it is beautifully spreading if there is water, see. Okay, now we will go ahead and do some, I thought of doing Easter concept, so just not directly go ahead into the eggs and everything. We will start with a little cloud. What do you all say? So little cloud, one cloud over here and the other one over here. You can use any other color as well, but I just want to see how this is going to pop up. So I am just making a curve and a little swirl, and then a little cartoonic kind of cloud I am making, and again a little swirl over here. There we go, and then a little swirl, and again a little swirl on the second one, and here, and this one we are continuing like this and making a swirl. It's like alternative swirls you are doing. And if you want to add something, you can just hanging like 3 things parallelly, and then put some stars if you want. I am just going very random, and if you want to add some sparkling stars, you can just drop in this way. You can do this with paint as well. We will learn how to do that in the later sessions or the later bookmark things. When we are doing directly with the pen, we will definitely learn how to do them. So there, one cloud is over. I will just add a little cloud, another cloud over here of a little different shape kind of thing. So what do we do? So here I am making some 2-3 swirls and making like this, and from here like this, and now a single swirl on the, and a smiley kind of thing, and again a single swirl, another swirl, and then joining these both. This is like a very fat fluffy cloud. If you want, you can just add some more lines like this to make it look bigger and filling kind of thing. So here we got another cloud. If you want to fill up everything with the stars or the sprinkles kind of thing, you can just go ahead and do that. If you want to add these stars also to the down, you can definitely go ahead and use that as well. I am just filling with stars over here, and I feel these clouds are looking a little bit non-fulfilling kind of thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little moon kind of thing over here. I know moon will not be of golden shape, but somehow I feel this is looking empty, and I just added a moon. There we go. Isn't this very simple and interesting to look? Right. Instead of dots, you can put any other thing which you want to be. So I just wanted very simple for the first day, and there we go. So this is what we have done, a very quick one actually. So now let us go ahead and remove the masking tape. So while removing the masking tape, you should be very careful to pull it at an angle. So I wish there are no bleeds. So there is a bleed happened over there, that is all right. You just need to pull it in the opposite angle. So there we go. This is what we have done today. So you can cover that up if you have any white color jelly roll or white acrylic marker. You can just cover it up. So I'll show you how. Just with the jelly roll, just go very lightly on it. Let it dry for a moment and then go on another round if you don't feel it as satisfying for you. If you have white gouache also, you can go on it. So I think that is covered by now. Or did I make it more visible? Okay, I made it more visible actually. Just give me a moment. I will just take my acrylic marker of white and then put it on it. There you go. This is much easier. So there you go. This is what we have done for today. Hope you all enjoy making this and do let me know in the comment section